The automated ball strike ABS challenge system could save Major League Baseball. Here's why. The MLB today faces a plethora of issues, whether it be pace of play, a dead ball era run scoring environment, or scandal after scandal after scandal. While each topic will surely have its own passionate group of supporters and detractors, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that can unite the American people, old school or new school, like crapping on a big league umpire.
You can't throw an umpire out of the game. Yeah, all right. You're out of here.
Now before I continue, I do want to emphasize that my purpose here today is not to berate home plate umpires. For those keyboard warriors already gearing up to type, "Oh yeah, if it's so easy, why don't you do it?" Well, guess what? You're right. I admit I'd suck at this job because I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Deep down, I do believe that most umpires try their best, and the overwhelming majority of them do a terrific job tracking triple-digit heat and nasty breaking balls that barely nick the outer edges of the plate, all while having only fractions of a second to judge whether the pitch is a ball or a strike. Not to mention taking heat from players, coaches, fans, media, and organists.
You're done!
It's a hard job, no doubt. Mistakes are bound to happen. But when someone is consistently bad at what they do, after years of quote-unquote perfecting their craft, I think it's fair to reasonably criticize that individual and call for accountability. Don't you? Well, you let me know down in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to your favorite torta. Under the ABS challenge system, each team gets 3 ball strike challenges to begin a game. The only ones who can call for a challenge are the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter. This makes sense, because these 3 are obviously the ones closest to the infraction, and also the ones most affected by it.
I think A.J. Ellis just got thrown out of the game.
Ellis has had trouble with home plate umpire Mike Winters all night.
Like a standard manager challenge, if a player successfully challenges a strike zone call, his team retains that challenge for future use in the game. If their challenge fails, then the team loses that challenge.
Strike.
With room to spare.
The player must immediately challenge the call by tapping his head, a la the Wolf of Wall Street. The pitch review is then displayed on the stadium's Jumbotron via 3D graphics courtesy of the Hawkeye technology. And of course, those watching on TV will see the same 3D graphics as well. Pretty straightforward, right? Now I must admit, when I originally heard of this proposal, I thought it was superficial because it didn't seem to tackle the main issue at hand, a lack of accountability. For example, what would happen if both teams used up all their challenges? What would stop the umpire from continuing to make terrible calls behind home plate? To the best of my knowledge, there is no rule in this proposal stating if the home plate umpire gets X amount of called balls strikes wrong, a new umpire will take over strike calling duties. So it seemed to me that once again, MLB was promoting surface level fixes to save face instead of actually addressing the root causes of the issue at hand. And as always, I figured we wouldn't have any accountability. Or so I thought. So how would this system play out in an actual professional baseball game? Well, we can look no further than Friday, October 7th, 2022, in an AFL matchup between the Salt River Rafters and the Mesa Solar Sox. Jason Dominguez, the Yankees' top prospect better known as the Martian, steps up to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning with no outs, a runner on first base, and a tie ball game. He works the count to 3-1. On the 5th pitch of the at-bat, Dominguez takes a fastball at the knees that home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson calls for a strike. The Martian is visibly upset, but he knows better. After all, he is the Martian. So Dominguez taps his head. This can only mean one thing. No, not that. This is an ABS challenge. So we go to review, and madness ensues.
Wow.
Strike 2 gets overturned. It's now ball 4. Jason Dominguez walks. His team, the Solar Sox, will go on to score 3 runs after this walk in a 6-3 victory over the Rafters. Not bad, huh? Now, let's also note a few intangibles from this Dominguez challenge, because I think the ABS challenge system presents a little bit of something for everybody. For those who may think we're losing a bit of strategy in this game, for those who think we're losing the human side of the game, for those who think baseball could use more entertainment, and for those who just want to get the damn call right. For example, look at this dude tapping his head after Dominguez taps his. You don't think fans won't have fun with this? I know I would. This is awesome. And listen to what the announcer says after replay confirms it's a ball.
My favorite part of the challenge system, Jim, is how excited the dugouts get when their side wins it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's totally right. We're entering a new era where it's okay for baseball players to put their raw human emotions on full display. Let's say you're the home team. If your player successfully challenges a strike zone call, imagine how much fun it would be as a fan to celebrate with the dugout. Nick York of the Red Sox thinks it's a lot of fun because the challenge gets everyone into it and everyone's like, ooh, after they see the pitch. Tyler Black in the Brewer system jokes that it was great when the boys got on him for successfully challenging a call.
It's kind of cool how they put it on the video board like tennis, so I think it could be great for like crowd engagement and stuff like that, but I mean, I think it's been pretty good so far.
We also keep the human element very much intact. For example, front offices will continue to reward catchers who excel in the underrated art of pitch framing. In a blowout game, the umpire will generally have a bigger strike zone and will try to end the game as quickly as possible. In a tight ball game, the umpire tends to hyper-focus and does his best not to screw up. The umpire might reward a starting pitcher who can command his pitches, and similarly, a hitter who knows the strike zone well. However, under a full ABS system, none of this would be possible because the umpire would not make any strike zone decisions. He'll simply wear an earpiece and Hawkeye will tell him if the pitch is a ball or a strike. The umpire will then relay that call to the players, effectively making him nothing but a mouthpiece, which I honestly always thought was pretty dumb and a waste of money, not to mention condescending to the home plate umpire. Under the ABS challenge system, the umpire carries on as he normally would until a player decides to use one of those 3 challenges, and therein lies the strategy. A Major League player isn't going to waste his challenge on an 0-0 pitch that borders the shadow zone of the plate, and that could be called either way. Unless the call is so blatantly, egregiously, obviously wrong, and the player knows he'll 1000% succeed in his challenge, he'd rather use it for a moment that actually matters, whether it be a game situation or an account that could end the at-bat. Now, Terry Francona hypothesizes that if his leadoff batter used up 2 of those challenges in one at-bat, he wouldn't be a big fan of that. Respectfully, I do think Tito is wrong here, because the whole point of the challenge is knowing when to challenge. As minor league manager Andrew Graham points out, his coaching staff would remind the players of which pitches they challenged in the game before, and how that hurt or helped the ball club. By proactively using the ABS system as a competitive advantage, the club forces the player to think outwardly and take the entire team into consideration, not just one at-bat. But another so-called argument I've come across is that all these ABS challenges will take up so much time and kill baseball's pace of play initiative. But don't be fooled. This is how long the Martians ABS challenge took. And according to Albuquerque Isotopes broadcaster Josh Sushan, he called the game in late August that had 13 ABS challenges. Each challenge only took between 5 to 10 seconds. Of course, 13 challenges is a bit extreme. In 15 games that had the ABS challenge system in the 2022 Arizona Fall League, there was an average of 4.4 ABS challenges per game, according to data provided by MLB.com's Jonathan Mayo. As of August 20th, there were 6.4 challenges per minor league game, again in those stadiums that had the system in place. Look, the truth is, aside from 2020, MLB has been experimenting with the system in the minor leagues since 2019, and using it randomly at that. So with all the data gathered, and the sound technology in place, and the sheer common sense of it all, I do expect to see the ABS challenge system in the big leagues at the very latest when the umpire union's contract expires after the 2024 season. Rob Manfred has explicitly stated that we will have some form of an automated strike zone in the near future, and honestly, I'd be shocked if it doesn't happen right after 2023. So get ready folks, because the ABS challenge system is coming to a ballpark near you. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to comment down below and subscribe to your favorite torta. Also, hit that bell button while you're at it. I do have a fair share of ideas about Major League Baseball that I think are worthy of their own analysis, so make sure you're notified when those videos drop. In the meantime, here's the video on the left where I take a deep dive into MLB's new rule changes, and here's the video on the right that the Rhythm recommends.